has begun. The United States has struck back. The United States conducted major airstrikes today, Friday, on Iraq and Syria. This was to be the start of what's likely to be a larger scale series of U.S. attacks on Iranian-backed militias who have carried out attacks on U.S. troops already in the Middle East. There's already been something like 166 attacks. Well, finally, the U.S. responds after we lost 3 service members and 40 others injured. Now, those 40 others, they all happen to be members of the Arizona National Guard. But in any event, my friends, what's happened here is that in a statement, the United States Central Command, CENTCOM, said that U.S. forces conducted airstrikes on more than 85 targets in Syria and Iraq against the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the IRGC's Quds forces and affiliated militia groups. So President Biden actually came out and spoke on that. And he was saying, he added that this afternoon, at my direction, U.S. military forces struck targets and facilities in Iraq and Syria. And that the IRGC, again, that's the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, and affiliated militia used to attack the forces. He said that's what they hit. Our responses began today. It will continue at times and places of our choosing. So what he's saying is it will continue. This is only the first of a series. How far will this go? And then to further quote him here, he said, the United States does not seek a conflict in the Middle East or anywhere else in the world, but let those who might seek to do us harm know this. If you harm America, we will respond. So that is what he had to say. And U.S. Secretary of Defense Austin came out and replied in his statement. He says, following the attack on U.S. and coalition forces in northeastern Jordan this past Sunday that basically eliminated, I won't use the word there, 3 U.S. service members at President Biden's direction, U.S. military forces today conducted strikes on 7 facilities. So I guess they had 85 targets among these 7 facilities, which he says, which included more than 85 targets in Iraq and Syria that is Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, and affiliated militias used to attack U.S. forces. He continued that this is the start of our response. The president has directed additional actions to hold the IRGC and affiliated militias accountable for their attacks on U.S. coalition forces. These will unfold at times and places of our choosing. Sound like a broke record, eh? They're saying the same thing, but this means they're in agreement on this. He further continues. We do not seek conflict in the Middle East or anywhere else, but the president and I will not tolerate attacks on American forces. We will take all necessary actions to defend the United States, our forces, and our interests. So, it looks like they wrote this stuff together. But anyway, so these attacks were conducted by numerous aircraft, including 2 B-1B bombers. 2 B-1B bombers. And they used 125 precision munitions in these attacks. So the B-1 bomber was a key asset in these attacks, guys. So they went on and added, like, I don't think we need a wider war in the Middle East. That's not what I'm looking for. But in any event, guys, so to further into this, let's see, the strikes Friday were markedly more significant than previous attacks on Iranian black militias over the last many weeks. And they focused more on weapons. Here's the key difference. They focused on weapons, storage, or training facilities. They also focused on command and control facilities, as I understand. So what they claim is wanting to defer an escalation of these attacks. So, and let's see here, there's a statement that came out. I guess this is from CENTCOM. CENTCOM's statement added this. It said, the facilities that were struck included command and control operations centers, intelligence centers, rockets and missiles, and unmanned aerial storage facilities, and logistics and munition supply chain facilities of militia groups and their IRGC sponsors who facilitated attacks against U.S. and coalition forces. And John Kirby came out and said, you know, he's the National Security Council spokesman. He said, we believe that these strikes were successful. Well, maybe. So the B-1 bomber played the crucial role in these attacks. We know there were other assets that have been getting moved into the air, like B-52s, which haven't yet to be employed. As you know, Thursday, Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin had said that the U.S. response would be multi-tiered. And he went on to say at a news conference at the Pentagon, we have the ability to respond a number of times, depending on what the situation is. And he further said they have lost, he said they have lots of capability, and he's talking about the Iranian proxies. But then he added, I have a lot more. So we shall see how all that will play out. In any event, my friends. So here's the key thing. This has started. It started in a major way. 85 targets, 7 facilities, 85 targets spread amongst them. That is a big attack. That is a major attack. Now, we do know also that the coordinating militia group there, it basically said, hey, we're stepping down, we're stepping back. Basically, I believe they squirreled most of their people back home, knowing this attack would come so that it wouldn't hit them. America's also said we would take out Iranians outside of Iran, like some of their commanders that typically tour around Syria and up into other areas, but it's principally Syria, sometimes in Iraq, but like Soleimani, but mostly it's in Syria that we and mainly the Israelis have been hitting them there, but apparently we were talking about hitting them there too. And Israel had said they would withdraw their commanders from these areas, from these theaters. So Iran is lower, and their proxies are lowering their target profiles for their key people. I guess they got plenty of missiles, and indeed, Iran has got a lot of missiles. If you've ever seen these the videos of their underground bunkers, this just fills of missiles inside these deep underground military bases. You can see them sometimes outside in the fields. They got a lot of missiles. And they're very generous in sharing these missiles with their little buddies scattered all throughout the region, the proxy units. I say this a little bit facetiously, my friends, but guys, here's the bottom line. We are in a world of escalating tension. We are heading closer to bigger war every day. I don't see anything that's scaling it down or scaling it back. This is like a feud. You hit me, I hit you back. I hit you a little bigger. You hit me back, it just keeps going. There's really nothing occurred yet that slows that down. Look what's happening with the Houthis and the U.S. military in the Red Sea. It's just not stopping. It's an everyday occurrence. You hear the same thing every day. Before you even pick up the headlines, you can just put it up your head and go, I know what's in this, in those regards at least. Now, the problem is the new shoes are dropping, and all this war tension is not stopping. That's why you got to get ready. You got to get prepared for yourself. You need to get all your preps. Go to the big box stores, buy the beans and rice. No, you better start learning wild edibles. You need to garden. But because we may have a nuclear winter, because this stuff is really escalating, there are signs that we may even have a major volcanic eruption like Camp Fergie, which may cause us more than a year without a summer. So long-term food storage is essential. When you start growing your garden, you need to store your food. But in the meantime, you better consider, before you get your store set up, you can always get some good long-term stores of stuff that you can bury in case they come around the NDAA or Billy Bob up the street comes knocking your door down, looking to see what you got in your pantries. I highly suggest you to look at prepwithgreg.com, where we got these lightweight buckets here of food that lasts 25 years. This is a 2-week supply of food in this bucket. And guys, I can carry this around easily. Your kids can carry it around. You can throw it in the back of your car. You can even tie this on the back of your motorcycle if you had to. There's little pouches in here. You can take them out, and you can put those in your backpack. They're a lot easier to carry than a can in a backpack, especially. So they got a lot of advantages that last 25 years. And right now you can get a 3-month special for under $600, I believe. So it's like $200 per month type food. So guys, it's hard to beat. 2,000 calories a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, snacks and desserts. That deal will make you a winner. So check it out, prepwithgreg.com. If you're not into that, go to prepwithgreg.com. and click on the My Patriot Supply from there, because if you go from there, it helps me, my channel here. But if you go into My Patriot Supply through prepwithgreg.com, you'll find a whole lot of other prepping supplies and things in there. So just check it out and see if there's something in there that makes sense for you. Anyway, whatever the case is, even if you just, all you can do is go to the store and buy an extra can of beans. Do it now. Don't wait, and have the means to protect yourself, your family. The biggest threat of war with Iran is sleeper cells in America. If we get into a full pitch war with Iran, if they decide the regime is at risk, they are liable to activate those sleeper cells. Those sleeper cells could take down our power grid in a way where you'll probably never see it come back, in a way in which we're going to lose over 9 out of 10 Americans, according to the MP Congressional Task Force. So, my friends, take it serious. Be aware. Eyes wide open, head on a swivel. Don't be scared, though. Be prepared. All right, my friends. I will probably, by the way, I will be Saturday at the NARPNet meeting at the Huntsville Library. It's a local preppers group. If you're in the area and you want to see me Saturday, be there at 10 a.m. at the library. Yeah, my talk probably starts a little later, but that's when the program officially starts. It can't be too late. I got some people coming to the house at 1 to look at my roof to fix it. So on another note, this kind of content, I may be, if I can get my presentation for that done, then I may go live to give further details on the Swivelhead News channel. I don't know if I can pull that off, but this kind of content, I'm going to be moving to my Swivelhead News channel. Go to my community page. You'll see I put some links for some videos there. You will find links to it below too. So check out Swivelhead News, because this news content is kind of risky over here on Green Greg. So I'm trying to get this stuff moved more to Swivelhead News. And I may move it totally off YouTube. It just depends on how all this goes. So my friends, eyes wide open, head on a swivel again. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, bang the bell, and click all. Greg out.